Hello, everybody. Hello, good morning, good afternoon. I'm Siham Zahidi from Green Smile, Morocco, and we are here with our colleague Thomas from Italian Berry. Hello, Thomas.
Hello, everybody. Everybody for joining us, and thanks, Siam, for your introduction. Today, we will host this episode without George, who is having some problems on the connection. He will be with us in the next episode.
Today we are having Mr. Sebastian Ochoa as guest. Hello, Sebastian.
Hello, Siham. Hello, Thomas. Hello, everybody. How are you?
Hello, Sebastian. Sebastian Ochoa Munzenmayer is the founder of CASM Blueberries, Consultora Agrícola y Comercial Santa Maria. Thanks for joining us and for accepting our invitation to be here at our Berry Talks. Can you introduce yourself to our audience, Sebastian, and say some words about who you are, what is your role in the company today, and what is CASM Blueberries?
Thank you, Thomas, for the introduction. Thank you, Siham, for inviting me. It's a pleasure being here. Well, I will start tell you my background, how I started in this business. When I went to the university at the end of 90s, I from the south of Chile. You know, the south of Chile, this business started in the 80s, and very close to my grandmother's farm was a big orchard of blueberries, 150 hectares. For those time was very huge. And when I went to the university in the summers, I started working there, making a quality control. So I saw this nice fruit and was amazing the first years working there, all the summers, and then they hired me for build a new orchard in the north of Chile with the first new southern hybrid varieties coming to Chile to replace O'Neill and Misty. Was the first generation of the Florida University. We import plants from Fall Creek in those times, from Oregon, was Emerald, Jewel, Start. And we planted that in 2003, and we got the first production in 2005, and it was amazing. For example, I remember we got 3 kilograms per plant in the first crop, and for O'Neill or Misty, we waited for 3 years to get the same production. So we started changing the business in the north of Chile. People started to ask me for advisor, and I asked to my boss, and he said yes, no problem, on the weekend and the holidays. So I started working all the weekend making advisories. Then I went to study a master degree in business administration for 2 years, and when my boss he retired, the owners gave me the position of general manager of the company in 2008. I had something like 28 years old, very young, and the company had farms in Argentina, north of Chile, and the south. So I worked with the southern and northern hybrid, with the southern hybrid in Argentina, in Concordia, in Entre Rios. And then in 2010, I went to Spain to make my second master degree in agricultural technology in Cartagena University in Murcia. And in 2013, I left the company and I joined to Berries, in a technical and production position. I was the technical and production manager of the company, working in the United States, in Mexico, in Peru, in Argentina, and in Chile. So there I meet a lot of people in the world, a lot of growers, a lot of breeders. It was very interesting because I meet Roger Orak, for example. We took the license Mexico with Roger, for Chile, and then in 2016 I had the opportunity to start my own company, and it was very good because it was finally a goal for me. We started growing very fast. So, and then I hired the first agronomy. The first agronomy was Bruno Mancilla. He worked with me a lot in different countries, and now we are working with more than 14,000 hectares of blueberries in the world, 16 countries in the 5 continents, and in the main areas in the world of blueberry production. So for us, it's very, very, very funny. Our work is very nice. Meeting a lot of people, nice people like you, for example. So very happy with our work and the contribution, I think, to the growers in the different parts of the world.
Thank you, Sebastian. You already answered my next question. It was to talk about how you work in the production and then you moved to consultancy. Mm-hmm. Now you are full consultant, right?
Yes, now I'm full consultant. I have some participation I'm a grower too, in the north of Chile. It's 100 kilometers to the north from Santiago in Quillota. I have an orchard with other partners under greenhouse, under nets, under different systems with the Osblue varieties. It's very nice. And yes, my main job is the consultancy in all of the world. We make catch flows, evaluation of different areas, and then all of the technical part of the job, post-harvest too. I have studies of post-harvest in Davis University in the United States and in Cartagena University in Spain. So we work in post-harvest too. It's not our specialization, but we obviously we have the knowledge. And we work with the investment funds, making due diligence. So all of the areas of the blueberry production, but just in blueberry.
And you also do teaching of you teach courses?
Yes, of course. I teach in a university for 3 or 4 years between 2011 and 2014, something like that. And now, yes, always making courses, making seminars, capacitation, all of this.
I think you have gone through all the ages of the blueberry development around the world, right from the beginning, like you were saying, this amazing time when Chile was starting and everybody was excited. But after that, yes, many other countries started, and while Chile was a pioneer, now other countries have followed and have been pioneers on their own in their own rights. And
yes,
so, for example, Peru.
And it's very nice, Thomas, because you can see what happened in different countries, and I know what will happen. For example, when Chile started, Chile started with this business in the mid of 80s, and we spoke about that. We sent all of the food, just blueberries. The variety, nothing matters. So just send blueberries. And then when Argentina started in the mid of 2000 was the same. And then when Peru started in 2010 was the same. And now I'm working with new countries, for example, Ecuador, new countries like Azerbaijan, and yes, obviously the they sent best fruit, but all the countries started with the same problems, all varieties, problems with the nursery, same diseases, same post-harvest problems, all the issues. It's repeat and repeat again and repeat again. So when some farmers hire us at the beginning of the project, it's very nice because, for example, in Ecuador, my client, when he called me, he told me that, yes, I want to plant blueberries. I want to plant Biloxi because Biloxi works. No, Biloxi is not the variety. No, Biloxi is very good. We have a very high prices here in Ecuador. Yes, but you need to export the fruit. The beginning is the domestic market. Yes, I know the price is huge, but 2 or 3 years more, you will need to export. So no. And we plant new varieties from Fall Creek, and he's very happy, and he have the best fruit in Ecuador now, and with the highest standards. So you repeat the history again and again and again.
Very interesting.
And how is the shift from old varieties to new varieties in Chile?
Now,
How are you doing? How
now
Chile
the
is?
shift, yes, now in when this business, in all of the fruit is the same. In Chile, the first crisis was with the apples. Same, all varieties, orchard with the low yields, a lot of problems in the market. Then the grapes was the same, and now with the blueberries, when you have a lot of production in the world, a lot of product, obviously the standards start to increase, and if you don't have new genetic, you cannot go to the highest standard. And the growers, they don't have money to change the variety, and they started to say, no, the business is not good, the business is not working. Now a lot of people here in Chile saying, no, the blueberry business is bad, it's a disaster. It's not a disaster. I have clients, my clients in Chile, we work with something like 4,000 hectares in Chile, and my clients who are in the top area of the blueberry production in Chile, they are changing the varieties, and they are very happy with the business. They are making $15,000 or $20,000 per hectare per year, and for fruit production, is very good. It's very good. The problem is a lot of people don't have the genetic, they don't have the money to change the genetic, or someone's changed it, but the knowledge or the technology that they use it was the same, or the same irrigation system. So finally it was a disaster. But I have clients, important in Chile, important growers, changing new varieties, a lot of new Sequoia, some Osblue, other clients with the MBO. They're very, very happy with the business. Very nice fruit. The prices, yes, it's not high like 10 years ago, but I have clients with $3.5 or $4 for the pocket per kilogram. And in Chile, we have a very low cost. Here, you can, if you have a good yield, more than 15 or 18 tons per hectare, you can spend 1.7 on $1.8 per kilogram with pack, with everything. So you can win $1 or $1.5 per kilogram. So if you have 15 tons per hectare, it's a good business.
And you mentioned both the northern highbush and the southern highbush. How do you see the future of the industry on a global basis? Because southern highbush has a number of advantages, like you were saying before. Seeing that the first crop is a 3 kilo per plant makes really a difference. How do you see the future between these two different trends and the type of varieties?
Maybe 5 years ago, the future was just in southern highbush, but now with the Sequoia program, is changing, because they have some varieties of northern highbush, very, very, very interesting, very interesting. You can get more yield, it's more quickly, and the quality of the fruit is amazing. Amazing. One of them, Crunch, in the south of Chile, for me is the best blueberry variety that I tried in my life. The flavor, the crunch, all firmness. So in this business, Thomas, in the fruit production business, if you have good quality, always you will have a good business. Always. So yeah, you can, maybe it's more low, but it's more cheap. For example, if you compare the northern areas of the production with the southern areas of the production, in the northern areas the soil is better, so you can do in soil. In southern areas you need pots, it's more expensive, substrate, water, osmosis reverse. And finally, you can have a very good business with northern hybrid new varieties.
Excellent. So this is an open door, a future also for many countries, which, like you were saying before, had a bit of a crisis a few years ago when they saw such a rapid growth in the southern hybrids business.
Yes.
You have seen many countries, you have mentioned a few, but also China, South Africa, within the last few years. What have you seen the most positive and most negative things in the industry development in these countries, from your experience?
In this time, we have four countries, I think, with a very, very huge development in the blueberry business. One is Peru, of course. Second is Mexico. Then we have Morocco, and the fourth is China. They are doing a very, very good job. I was surprised. I went to China 1 month ago. My last time was when the pandemic started, so 3 years ago. And I went to Yunnan and to the north of China, and the development is amazing. When I started working in China in 2016, the orchard was a disaster in soil. All varieties, very bad quality plants from the nursery, but now they have pots production under greenhouse, under tunnels, good substrate, good fertigation system, varieties amazing. But for me, the main problem in China, I don't like they use a lot of some, not all, of course, but some use a lot of illegal varieties, and obviously this affect the development of the business. For that reason, some breeders they don't want to send varieties to China, for example, Osblue, and obviously this delay a good growing of the business in China. They're working with a lot of jewel, with a lot of old varieties, because they don't have material, because the breeder don't want to send varieties there. And then in Morocco, they have a lot of problems in technical issues, because Agadir is difficult in terms of weather, the climate, the water, but you have technology and you can work in that. So for me, I don't see like a problem. I see just like it's obviously it's a challenge, nothing else. Same in Mexico. In some areas in Mexico, we have a lot of issues with the weather, with pests, but it's just a challenge. Obviously, in Mexico, we have the problem of the narcos. That is the problem. In 2 opportunities, they took me from a truck with gun machines, so I was very scared. Yes. So it's just this problem, but nothing else. The country is amazing, the weather is amazing, the people, all is amazing. So, and in Peru, you know, Peru is huge. You can do 1,000 hectares in one piece of land. It's very nice, amazing. The weather is perfect, all is perfect, but we have the problem of the Niño. You know, the Niño now is affecting Peru. The production is dropping very, very fast. They drop 50% of the production if you compare with the last season. So it's a lot, and they say that the season is delayed, and it's not delayed. You can have a delay of 1 week, but not 2 months. They don't have the bat, so this will continue with the high price. Is good for the other countries. Very good, of course. It's an opportunity if it's good for the growers that they have fruit in Peru. But yeah, the Niño is a big problem, and the experts said that this is for 2 years, this year and the next year too. So, and this happen every 10 years, something like that. And that is the big problem in Peru, but obviously it's an opportunity too to change some management. I'm very happy because we have a lot of clients in Peru in my office, and my clients, they drop maybe 10 or 15% of the production, but other orchard, nothing of fruit or 50% less. So I think we are doing a very good job there.
So there is a way to cope even with El Nino and have a decent crop while if you're not managing the crop properly, it really goes down 50% or less.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, Sebastian. One last question. We would like to talk about an event that you'll be attending and where you'll be participating. It's the Morocco Berry Conference that will be in November 9. And also we have, after the conference, we have a course on blueberries that will be on 10 and 11 November. Can you explain a little bit what will be the program of the course, and also what will you talk about during the conference, and what are the objectives?
Yes. So yeah, I have the luck to be invited to this event, big event and very nice event in Morocco. So yes, and in Morocco Berry Conference, I will talk about the pruning system and pruning strategies for good quality fruit production, and a lot of tips about that in different varieties. And in the course, the course, I will give classes of all of the areas of the fruit production in blueberry business, starting with the genetic varieties, management in Morocco. So will be very complete. Yeah.
Yes, it's a general course about how to produce blueberries and have quality fruit.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So I invite you to the audience to go there. I think will be a good opportunity to speak directly with you, and so we can talk in the course. We made this course the first time the last year, and was very nice because on the coffee break we can speak about the management, and you can ask, and can be interesting for you.
Siam, can you tell us more about the event? Because I assume there will be not only Sebastian speaking.
Absolutely. It's a full day program with a lot of speeches. We will have a part about market trends, with presentation from Cindy Van. I don't have the name in mind, but from Rabobank, yes. She will present the next phase of the blueberry business. Then we will have some data about the Morocco business of berries in general. Then we will speak about strategies on how to, new strategies of how to sell berries coming from Morocco, new strategies for this. Then we will have a technical session about technical way. We will have pruning. We will have post-harvest. We will have also breeding session with Hamid Ashrafi and Ellen Thompson, Bruno Mezziti, Pedro Blas Oliveira, a whole program that will be very rich and that will be not only focused on Morocco, but on the berry business in general.
Okay, very interesting. I think that Sebastian will fit very well into this program. And I think it's been very interesting also for our audience to learn about Sebastian. I was very impressed by his conversation in this talk when he started off in his seeing a big blueberry orchard just beside his grandmother farm. This I think has been very impressive for him. And then having experienced firsthand the huge and strategically very important development of the Chilean blueberry industry, which has been really a very important thing which happened in the fresh produce industry overall on a worldwide basis. I think that the focus you put on the importance of the varieties, you have mentioned a lot of varieties during your speech, and stressing the importance of making a strategic decision about the variety. It's not just okay, this one is giving me good money, let's plant that variety. No, that's wrong. You must look at the variety from a very broad perspective and look into the future and decide what your market will be in a few years' time and whether this variety is right or not. And you mentioned some varieties which are doing pretty well at the moment and in which you are believing. I think this is very interesting what you mentioned about Sequoia, and you have also mentioned that your experience base is now spread over 14,000 hectares in 15 countries, which is quite impressive. And I also think that what is happening in China will shape the industry on a worldwide basis. Of course, the issue with the varieties, you were saying illegal varieties. I would say the varieties themselves are legal. They are treated in an illegal way. This will be, of course, a big challenge, but we have seen that on many other crops like grapes, for example, and in many other countries like Egypt or Italy as well. We have had our problems in the past, but we have overcome that. So I think that the core message from your speech for the growers and for the ones who take the strategic decisions is that there is a future if you have good varieties, regardless on where you're based. I mean, nowadays we can easily say that you can grow blueberries basically everywhere where you can grow fruit. At the end of the day, it's not a technical problem anymore. It's not. You have to choose the right varieties. look for the right quality and not compromise on anything. And what you were saying about Chile, the changes Chile is undergoing, I think puts a light on that concept. So even in a difficult situation, a few years ago when Peru started very strong, someone was saying Chile is finished. You're saying, no, it's not true. There are a number of elements, and if you can play the game in the proper way, there is a future also for countries which someone thought and there is no future. So I think this is an interesting concept also for the other countries, the other emerging countries. The market for blueberries on a worldwide basis is growing. There will be most probably more local business. So probably there will be room for many other countries, many other growers on a worldwide basis around those big four players you were mentioning: Peru, Mexico, Morocco, and China. So I think that there will be a lot of things to see. And I think that if we meet again in 5 years' time, we will talk about things which probably today we are not even thinking of. What do you think?
Yeah. No, you are right in terms of the varieties, but there is other problem. Some growers, I saw a lot of time this, for example, growers growing MBO or even Osblue or Sequoia now with Sequoia Pop in Peru. I saw this. The management is very important. The variety can give you the potential. You have the potential on the genetic, but you must to manage all of the areas of the production to get this potential. And some growers continue using, for example, rice husk for substrate, bad quality water, incorrect management of the fertigation, incorrect management of the pruning, so they can destroy finally the brand. This is happening in Sequoia. Sequoia gave the license to a lot of companies, something like 14 or 15 companies, and some ones who buy fruit are giving sub-license to small growers to grow for example, pop. And I saw this in Peru. Small growers growing pop, and the quality of the fruit is not Sequoia pop. It's like an old variety because the management is poor. So it's very important to join the management, the genetic and the management. You cannot have a good genetic with a poor management, because finally you start to decrease the quality of this potential. Finally, you have a potential with the genetic, but you need to make a good management to get this potential. This is very, very, very important. Very important. And choose the correct land, choose the correct climate, the correct place. Because I saw a lot of problems with that. In China, 1 month ago, I saw some orchard in not a correct place, and a lot of problems. Yeah, with a good varieties, but you need, so obviously to express this potential, you need the climate, you need the management.
Do you think that in terms of the management, it's easier to work with the traditional model where the growers owns the company, or nowadays there are more and more companies which are owned by financial investors? Does that cause a problem to the actual management of the farm, in your opinion?
In my opinion, the main problem is some growers trying to do the same that they are make it in the years. All growers, for example, they buy a new genetic and they continue thinking that this is a. Remember, 10 years ago we spoke about that. The growers sell everything. no quality issues. All the fruit can go to the market, no problems, and they want a lot of money. So someone's changed the variety and they continue make it the same. Now it's not necessary. No, the pruning is not necessary, or just a light pruning because I want fruit. No, just few spray because it's expensive. No, I will reduce the fertigation program because it's expensive. And obviously, finally, they have not a good quality product, and they affect the price of the product. Now we must to work in a very, very high standard. The grower and the people who some groups who put the money, the investment, and finally the people who make this job, they must to understand that we are in a high standard business now. That's
and
it.
I think that the national growers associations have an important role in steering the growers in the right direction.
Yes, of course. But in Chile, we have a very long history about that. We have the association of the berry growers here, but some people don't listen. Some people obviously help a lot, but always you have some ones that they continue make it the same and the same and the same. For example, about this issue of the Niño in Peru, this dropped the production a lot. The production decreased, and some commercial companies started to call to growers to Chile and asking for fruit. And I know some growers now, they activate again some old varieties. They leave the orchard for frozen, and now they activate the exportation, and they want to export the fruit of Brillita, of Blue Crop, of finally old varieties and bad quality fruit. So this is a mistake. For me, this is an opportunity for Chile. Chile always was sending all varieties, maybe the 80 or the 70% of the production is with all varieties and not a high standard fruit. And now is the opportunity to send a high standard fruit to the market so they can compete and show to the market that Chile have a good quality fruit, because some supermarket in the world, they don't want more fruit from Chile. They don't want problems. They don't want botrytis. They don't want problems. And now is an opportunity, and some growers want all varieties. And again, because it's like a small summer that they have now. So
Okay,
yeah,
yes.
it's very important, the association to try to reduce this situation. And yeah.
Excellent. If Siam has one more question, otherwise I think we can finalize this episode.
We can finalize.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sebastian, for joining us.
Thank you.
And again, I invite everybody who is interested to learn more about the expertise of Sebastian, his worldwide experience in different areas, to join the Morocco Berry Conference, which will happen soon in Agadir, and ask Siam for any additional information for joining. Thank you, everybody, and thanks for listening to us, and all the best to everybody. Goodbye.
Okay,
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.